Blac Chyna amps up her legal attacks on the Kardashians. A trespasser is arrested at Justin Bieber's house. And we can't believe how much weight Jonah Hill's lost. Justin Timberlake is performing at the Super Bowl, and you won't believe how much he's being paid. That's all on Splash, the paparazzi's own TV show.
The personal attacks continue as explosive court documents are revealed in the Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian lawsuit. According to reports, Rob secretly had $100,000 worth of weight loss surgery before lying about losing weight through diet and exercise, something we're certain he didn't want to be made public. But Chyna made the news public by putting it in court documents she is using to defend herself against claims he made about her. And she addresses those claims, saying that she only had minor cosmetic procedures, including a breast and butt reduction, as well as a small amount of liposuction around her belly button. She goes on to say these procedures cost far less than Rob's $100,000 surgery. She even slams him for revealing her personal medical history, jeopardizing her endorsement deals with weight loss and fitness and diet companies. Chyna's lawyer, Lisa Bloom, even added that the Kardashians decided to start a war by trashing her online. And it looks like we're in for a really big fight.
So, Justin Bieber had an exciting week, in one of the worst possible ways. TMZ reports the singer had a middle-aged woman arrested at his Beverly Hills house after she wandered onto the property looking for him, for a third time this week. Yep, the woman, described as someone in her 40s, showed up at Justin's twice before being arrested, and she was warned by security to stay away. And to answer your question, she did make it onto the grounds, but did not make it inside the home. It appears she just couldn't leave well enough alone, and she made it onto Bieber's property a third time around 7:30 p.m. Monday night. And Justin's security team detained the woman until officers arrived and put her in cuffs. Justin was home during the incident but did not make contact with the woman. She was ultimately booked for trespassing. Justin Timberlake has a headlining spot at February's Super Bowl 52 halftime show, but guess what? He won't be making a penny in the process. That's right, Timberlake, like any Super Bowl halftime performer, will not be paid a performance fee for his appearance at the game. And that means names like Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Bruno Mars never earned a dollar for the gig. Kinda surprising, right? Not really. The NFL stance is very clear. They do not pay artists, but instead cover expenses and production costs. And as a performer, you look at it like a free commercial that airs in front of more than 100 million people. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone. Forbes even reports that performers generally experience a big boost in music sales after the show. That's why in 2014 there was a rumor that the NFL would actually charge artists to play it. But that didn't happen. Super Bowl 52 with Timberlake will take place in Minnesota on Sunday, February 4th, 2018. Now that you've heard the Kardashians signed a new deal worth $150 million, the real question is, what does this mean for the show? Well, you can expect 5 more seasons of their flagship reality series on E! And that means it will be one of the most popular and longest-running reality shows in history. It's also officially the most lucrative deal in reality TV history. The earnings are being split among the clan, and insiders expect the upcoming seasons to feature babies, babies, and babies. Plus, appearances from mainstays like Kim, Kanye, Kourtney, Khloe, Kris Jenner, Kylie, Kendall, and probably Tristan Thompson and Travis Scott. Of course, we can probably expect more spin-offs involving members of the family. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is expected to go until 2019, and who knows, maybe even beyond.
Chelsea Handler was doing a little retail therapy in Beverly Hills, and you can't be mad at that. We shot these exclusive pics of the talk show host in the wake of the news that she was quitting her Netflix show after 2 seasons in order to focus on her activism. And now she wants you to know she's available for weekends. Chelsea also caught our attention for going above and beyond by donating $1 million to a Puerto Rico disaster relief organization. And in doing so, she called out the Koch brothers, the Mercer family, and President Donald Trump for not doing their part. And keep in mind, this is only day 1 of Chelsea's activism. So if you ask us, she can do all the Beverly Hills shopping her heart can handle.
Is Robert Pattinson already sinking his teeth into a new woman? And is it Katy Perry? Arpats recently split from fiancée FKA Twigs after a 3-year relationship. And according to E! News, Robert is leaning heavily on Katy Perry since the breakup, speaking on the phone regularly and making time to see each other when they aren't away working. There have been rumors about Pattinson and Perry in the past. Back in 2014, they were spotted heavily flirting in a Los Angeles bar following the premiere of Rob's film The Rover. And more recently, back in August, they were spotted being extremely affectionate at a restaurant in Hollywood. For what it's worth, they claim to be just close friends, and people connected to Pattinson say he's still kind of attached to FKA Twigs in some form or another. Or not, depending on what sources you believe. But whatever you think, our Katy has a nice ring to it. Newsflash, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are focusing on having a baby. That's right, the couple has been winning over Gwen's entire extended family, and her kids adore him. And come Christmas 2018, they're hoping to add one more to the list. A source close to the stars reportedly told Us Weekly that 2 years into their surprising romance, they're trying for a baby. The source added that Gwen and Blake will get married one day, but right now they're hyper-focused on getting pregnant. Gwen is already 48, but she did learn she was expecting Apollo at the age of 43, and they believe there's still another chance. Blake has wanted to become a dad for a long time, and it was one of his upfront plans when he first got with Gwen, and she was willing to try. Rumor has it they've been trying for a baby since last year, and despite the struggle they're facing, it only makes them stronger. We'll keep our fingers crossed too. Still to come, Kelly Clarkson's shocking admission that she wanted to take her own life. Singer Fergie opens up about her heartbreaking split from Josh Duhamel. Priscilla Presley forced to deny that she's leaving Scientology. And Scott Disick and Sophia Richie continue the worldwide love tour. A very candid confession came from Kelly Clarkson when she was speaking to Attitude magazine, and it was about a very dark time in her past. The 35-year-old revealed that when she was really skinny, she wanted to kill herself because she was miserable inside and out, and it went on for 4 years of her life. Clarkson's body has fluctuated over the years, and she's had to endure body shaming in the past. But the good news is she's comfortable where she's at now. Clarkson admits that she was around some really negative people, and luckily she got out of it because of the really great people that were also by her side. She said it was a case of turning around, facing them, and walking toward the light. Luckily for us, she's never looked back. Priscilla Presley has been forced to deny that she's left the Church of Scientology. Presley, who's been a member of the church for almost 40 years, released a statement to People magazine saying that she is still a member of the church. This all comes after an article published by the Daily Mail that said that Presley had told friends that she'd had enough and that she was done with the church. Scientology, which boasts some of Hollywood's most famous actors like Tom Cruise, John Travolta, Laura Prepon, and Elizabeth Moss, has been under attack lately from former church members. Most famously, Leah Remini, whose show Scientology in the Aftermath airs on A&E and attacks the church, calling it a corporation, an empire, and a cult. Presley reportedly joined the church back in 1977 following the death of her husband Elvis, and according to her rep, has no plans to leave the church. Ever.
Amy Adams continues to fight her own fight regarding gender pay inequality in Hollywood. The 43-year-old Oscar nominee was speaking to the New York Times Style magazine, and she said there's not a lot of empathy out there for celebrities, and she spent a lot of time educating herself about what women executives get paid. Amy began educating herself back in 2014 after it was revealed she and co-star Jennifer Lawrence were paid much less for their work in American Hustle than their male counterparts. And since then, she has even tried to mentor younger actresses in hopes of a more equal playing ground in the Hollywood system. Amy says she offers her phone number to any young actress she works with and reminds them that they have the power to say no to any situation that makes them feel uncomfortable. Amy will be reprising her role as Lois Lane for Justice League, due to hit theaters on November 17th. Angelina Jolie steps out for the first time since going public with allegations against disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein, and we got the exclusive shots. The Oscar winner was alongside her daughter, picking up a few things at their local grocery store in Los Angeles. Just a few days before, Jolie went on record to say that she was victimized by the disgraced Miramax and Weinstein Company mogul, saying that she had a bad experience with Harvey in her youth and as a result chose never to work with him again and warned others when they did. Rumor has it he made unwanted advances towards the actress while in a hotel room in the late 1990s, around the time of the release of her film, Playing by Heart. It's believed Harvey is currently in a treatment facility in Arizona.
Fergie's opened up about her heartbreaking split from Josh Duhamel while talking to Wendy Williams, and it got emotional. The 42-year-old admitted she wanted to stay married forever, and the split wasn't her plan. Fergie got teary-eyed during the interview, and she talked about how they were together for 5 years before he popped the question. She added that she loved Josh, he's the father of her child, and they forever have that project together, and they're doing the best they can. During the interview, Fergie confirmed that they split back in February, even though they waited until September to break the news. Viewers are now speculating that it was Josh's idea to split up based on her comments, but a concrete reason for the breakup has yet to be determined. George Clooney and Matt Damon were all smiles at the premiere of Suburbicon, despite the ongoing controversy and allegations involving Harvey Weinstein. Clooney, walking the red carpet with his wife Amal and his mother, stated previously that he knew Harvey was a bully and a womanizer, but didn't know the extent of his behavior. Matt Damon, who hit the red carpet with his wife, has echoed the same statement, saying there had been rumors, but he didn't know the breadth of Weinstein's alleged harassment and rape. Clooney has also stated that Hollywood isn't the only industry with a sexual harassment problem, revealing to Entertainment Tonight that despite his wife being a high-powered attorney, even she was subjected to the same type of harassment, saying that, quote, "it's everywhere and a problem for all of us," end quote. A problem that isn't going away anytime soon.
Anna, is it confirmed you're dating Michael Barrett? Anna, is it a rebound relationship?
Anna Faris was all smiles and stayed quiet when we asked if she's dating cinematographer Michael Barrett following her split from husband Chris Pratt. The actress is in New York where she's promoting her new book, Unqualified, and was walking into AOL Live when we spotted her. Faris met Barrett while working on the yet-to-be-released movie Overboard earlier this year, and have only been romantically linked for a little over a month. And with the release of Unqualified, there's no shying away from the spotlight and the questions that come with it.
Are you happy, Anna?
But Anna seems to be taking it all in stride, and looks like she's enjoying promoting her book, for which we say she's definitely qualified to do.
Hey, Scott Disick and Sophia Richie continue their worldwide love fest, this time taking New York by storm. We caught up to the lovely couple and shot these exclusive pictures as they went hand in hand for a night of clubbing at Up and Down in One Oak until the wee hours of the morning, 4 a.m. to be exact. Guess we shouldn't be too surprised. They might still be on Italian time. Sophia turned heads in a short LBD and matching heels, while Scott kept it casual in denim and flannel from head to toe. So say what you will, sure there's an age difference and he's had his issues in the past, but we think they look to be going strong, because the couple that slays together stays together.
Still to come, Shia LaBeouf heads to court to answer his arrest for public drunkenness. Rapper Drake celebrates his birthday with a star-studded event. We caught Jennifer Lopez filming her latest romantic comedy called Second Act. And we take a trip down Heidi Klum Halloween memory lane with our favorite costumes of hers.
There he is, Shia LaBeouf, all dressed up and ready for court. The Fury star appeared in front of a judge to answer charges stemming from his July arrest in Savannah, Georgia, in which he failed to comply with an officer's request to leave a market. He pleaded guilty to obstruction and no contest to disorderly conduct, according to TMZ, and lucky for him, his public drunkenness charge was dismissed. Shia has now been sentenced to anger management and 1-year probation, and he has to undergo alcohol evaluation and pay $2,680 in fines. The night of his arrest, the 31-year-old allegedly got into it with another guy after he was refused a cigarette. Police cameras later recorded the arrest and ultimately captured Shia unleashing a nasty and racist rant to the officers. He has since apologized for his actions. Christina Moussa is single once again. The flip-or-flop star, who separated from her real estate beau Tarek El Moussa back in May 2016, was in a relationship with 55-year-old businessman Doug Spedding. And according to In Touch Weekly, they split after he cheated on her with an ex-girlfriend. There's also a rumor that he's entered into an inpatient rehab facility for addiction issues. The In Touch article claims Christina found out about his infidelity when she went to put an alarm on his cell phone and subsequently saw the text messages between him and his ex. Just days before the news broke, the 34-year-old posted a cryptic message to her Instagram account saying that there is no shame in beginning again, for you get a chance to build bigger and better than before. Guess now we know what she was talking about.
Nobody does 31 like Champagne Papi. Just look at Drake as he celebrated his milestone birthday at Papi in West Hollywood. And as expected, he was surrounded by stars. A few of the familiar faces we spotted at the party included Lamar Odom, Haley Baldwin, Madison Beer, and G-Eazy, who was accompanied by the one and only Halsey. Chantel Jeffries also, caught our eye. And so did race car driver Lewis Hamilton and Usain Bolt. Once inside the club, guests enjoyed bottles of Perrier Jouet and Virginia Black. They even had Dippin' Dots in a make-your-own candy bag area, as well as basketball Papa Shots and arcade games set up. Drake was clad in one of his signature black turtleneck sweaters and an emerald green suede jacket. Avril Lavigne had her new man on full display, and we were there to capture the moment. We shot these exclusive pics of the Canadian singer and her boyfriend J.R. Rotem as they walked hand in hand out of Dantana's in West Hollywood. And you have to admit, they make a pretty beautiful couple. Avril was dressed in her trademark all black, while J.R. was kitted out in denim, a tee, and a leather jacket. Avril divorced her husband Chad Kroeger back in 2015, and before that, she was married to Derek Whibley for 4 years. Avril has largely stayed out of the limelight since announcing she's been battling with Lyme disease for a few years. So it's good to see her out and about and looking happy. Jennifer Lopez is back to working on the set of her latest movie called Second Act. We caught the triple threat shooting scenes for her new movie in Queens, New York, where she plays an employee of a big box store. Think Walmart, Kmart, or Target, who reinvents her life to prove to Madison Avenue that her street smarts are as valuable as a college degree. So basically a retelling of the famous film Working Girl, or Lopez's previous rom-com Made in Manhattan. And in these early scenes, we spotted JLo dressed in a blue value shop vest, a name tag that says Maya, and her hair and makeup that totally says, "I work a minimum wage job." That was sarcasm, by the way. We also got shots of Lopez getting off a bus, and despite the nickname Jenny from the Block, we doubt she's done this in decades. This is the latest move by STX Films, which is trying to produce more female-driven movies, and also stars Vanessa Hudgens and Annalee Ashford. So how does the cast of The Walking Dead celebrate its 100th episode? By kicking back with some fans and posing for pics. The cast of AMC's hit show arrived for the Season 8 premiere at the Greek in Los Angeles. And yes, it was a very important day for the likes of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Andrew Lincoln, and Norman Reedus. Because reaching 100 episodes in the TV world is an absolute milestone. So no wonder they're showing some love to some of their die-hard fans. Season 8 has been promised to be massively heavy on action, a stark contrast to the slow-paced nature of its previous season. Critics are already raving about performances, and we expect they will continue to praise the show as it carries on for the 16-episode season. So don't blink.
Mariah Carey just got hit by robbers and lost $50,000 worth of stuff. TMZ reports the pop diva's Los Angeles mansion was hit around 3 in the morning, with the crooks getting in through a window or door on an upper floor. Surprisingly, the robbers didn't hit pay dirt. Instead, they made off with $50 grand worth of purses and sunglasses, which was probably less than 10 items total. But she's not the only celeb who's been robbed this year. Jason Derulo got hit in September, and what was initially ruled a random act eventually got called an inside job. Robbers got away with $600,000 worth of jewelry and $80,000 in cash after breaking into his LA home. David Spade's Beverly Hills home was also burglarized this year, with thieves making off with $80,000 worth of jewelry and cash. Spade did have a security system, but it was reportedly disabled by the thieves. Emmy Rossum's Beverly Glen home was robbed back in March, with thieves making off with an estimated $150,000 in jewelry. Reports claim robbers broke a rear patio window and turned off the alarm, then managed to find an open Rossum safe. Before that, Nicki Minaj's Beverly Hills home was robbed of almost $200,000 worth of her precious jewelry, in addition to destroying and vandalizing her personal property. Luckily for her, she was out of town at the time of the robbery. Other robbery victims this year include Alanis Morissette, Kendall Jenner, and Scott Disick.
Heidi Klum loves Halloween, and her costumes show it. Let's take a walk down memory lane to some of our favorite costumes. Back in 2003, Heidi dressed as a terrifyingly sexy alien in this all-gold getup. We're not sure what to classify this skeleton getting a piggyback costume as from 2004. People soon realized no topic is off limits for Heidi's costume inspiration. In 2006, she went as some totally sexy forbidden fruit in this outfit. She returned to Earth as a Hindu goddess in 2008. In 2010, we were treated to Robo-Klum. In 2011, Heidi threw two bashes, first as a terrifying skinless body, and second as an equally scary ape. The next year was pretty tame by comparison with this Cleopatra costume. In 2013, Heidi rolled up looking like a much older version of herself in some seriously authentic-looking makeup. And who could forget when she turned up as Jessica Rabbit, or this psychedelic bug creature from 2014. But our favorite has to be when Heidi turned up with 5 Heidi clones, causing everyone to do a quintuple take. That's all the time we have for this week. With thousands of photographers stationed around the world, who will we snap next? To find out, tune in next week to Splash, the paparazzi's own TV show.